Hey y'all, so I'm back. I'm gonna continue to try to do like these walk-in talks. Yeah, cause you know how like usually people make videos showing their face, and I want to try something different. And plus, I want y'all to see my little slides and my little socks. So this morning, I was just processing yesterday. The goal is to leave yesterday with yesterday in that day. So the goal, basically, what I'm trying to say is, the goal is to sit with whatever was going on with me during that day and work through it and leave it where it's at. Call back my power, call back my energy, and call back my magic. So I was sitting with some things, and and now that I'm thinking about it, there might be some things that still lingers on to the next day, but the goal is for me to sharpen those tools and knowing how to just work through it. But yeah, so anyway, the thing that I was sitting with was perfectionism. I have a hard time with accepting that things are not going to be perfect. Things are going to go as they're supposed to go. And if I make a mistake, it's a lesson and that's it. But for so long, I just always thought that I had to be perfect. So I struggle with that. And, when I journeyed, I seen a vision, I seen a vision that showed me what it's like to take this life so seriously instead of just going with the flow. So I've been sitting with that. And yesterday, it was a pretty decent day. I had a meeting and it was out of my comfort zone, but I was like, you got this. I didn't think I was going to have to take the meeting by myself. I have someone on my team that's like really good at doing those type of meetings, which is like meeting new partners. And, he's really good at that. That's not one of my strong suits, but that is something that I'm working on just so I can have that, have that strength. And also for situations like this, I hope you guys can still hear. I had to take the meeting and I was a little nervous, but I was like, you got this. You got this. It's your training day. You got this. And I did really good. God damn. So yeah, I did really good. And my team member who, like, that's his judge, that's his thing, he came in and jumped in on the end. And what I did was, like, I took notes of how he conducted himself in that meeting. And I have this thing that sits over my computer. It says, always be a student. I remember when I was a little girl, I was about 10 years old, and I went to Virginia to visit my grandmother. And every time my grandmother used to tell me stuff, I used to be like, I know. And my grandmother used to be like, you don't know everything. And my 10-year-old fast ass self was like, and do, like I say, I know. So that stuck with me. That you don't know everything. Growing up, like, I was placed in a position where I had to be the responsible one, where even if I didn't know something, I had to know it. So I don't know if that was just a part of my personality trait to think that I knew everything because I was 10 and thinking I knew everything, or if that, came with being in a position of being placed in that responsibility to have to know everything. Maybe it was a combination of both. I don't know. But either way, one of the things that I'm learning is that you're always a student. There's always something to learn. And I tell the same thing to my son.
100 calories.
Ooh, 100 calories. Okay, skinny. Y'all, I'm walking off this weight. I do so good with working out and being consistent, and then I'll just like fall off. Like, me and my wife do this thing where we just get comfortable, and y'all know what it is when y'all in the relationships. You get comfortable. You just be, you'll work out, but then you'll text your wife or your husband, be like, you want a donut? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what we doing. So I'm trying to like walk it off and do my yoga and get back into the flow of things and monitor what I eat. But yeah, I'm learning that, you don't know everything, and, you're always a student. So I was just listening to how he like conducted that meeting, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna take that with me. Okay, so that's one thing out the way. I was like, ooh, child, you got through that was good. And I'm like, all right, what's the next thing? But here's the thing about me. I pick up on everybody's energy, and I don't know if it was my energy that was chaotic yesterday, or if it was everybody else's energy, or if it was a combination of both. But it was a lot going on. And where I work at in my office, we share a department with 2 other departments, so there's always activity in and out. So one of my clients came in, he was wilding, he was saying things that he should not have been saying, and I had to stop him like, okay, first of all, we're gonna stop talking like that, because you're not finna make us an accessory to what you got going on, and secondly, come over here so I can sage you. Because he just was doing a lot. So, just feeling all these people, like, different energies. It's like I'm trying to, like, find my balance, but knowing, like, like, my day was just feeling a little, like, So then we went to a second meeting. And in this meeting, they go around and they ask you to talk about your organization. And so that's like the icebreaker. It's a resource meeting, and it's an opportunity for you to network with other organizations. So I switched it up because I'm trying to see how this works out when I'm walking and talking, y'all looking at my feet. But if I feel like it's going to be a long video, I don't know. Eventually, y'all going to be like, all right, girl, I'm tired of looking at your dogs. So anyway, it's a resource meeting. And so it was me and my team sitting at a table. And the way we went around the room, it ended up being, it was my turn to speak. So I looked at my guys. I was like, do you guys want me to go and say what we do here in this office, or do y'all want to individually speak? And I just say, hey, I'm the supervisor. They was like, nah, you got it. So mind you, again, my energy just felt like so chaotic. And so when I went to go say all the things we did, I kind of like stumbled over my words, and I got so mad at myself. Like, I redeemed myself, like, because they asked you, one of the things you had to say was like something that you didn't like as a kid. And so I was like, I ain't like mashed potatoes. But as I got older, I figured out how to jazz it up, zhuzh it up a little bit. And so a girl that was sitting across, she was like, girl. And I was like, girl. And so it was like I made everybody, like laughing. I kind of lightened the mood with myself. Like, it wasn't a moment where I needed that validation from people. Well, no, I'm lying. I think I did need that validation for them and for myself, because I was just in my head like, now, how many times you done went over what your office do? But again, it was just an off day, and I was like I was coming down so hard on myself. And I was sitting with that this morning, and one of the things I was just like telling myself is like, listen, we're gonna have an off day, and that's okay. It's okay to just sit with, and all right, how I'm going, like, what I'm gonna do the next day, like, that's it. But one thing that I do is that whenever I have a moment where I feel like I didn't give it my 1,000%, like, I will spiral. I will check out, disassociate, and spiral. I'm pretty sure that's a trauma response. I'll discuss that with my therapist next session. But yeah, so I'm working on when that type of things happen, that moment happens where I may feel like, I made a hiccup, like, all right, so I think we're gonna get feet. What's next? Like, just on to the next. Don't sit in that. So yeah, I just wanted to share, like, that was that's something that I'm working through, and I'm gonna keep like making these videos. I haven't done it in so long, and I feel like it's because I felt like I wasn't always being myself when I used to make the videos in the past with you guys. Like, I feel like I went back and forth with being a spiritual person and then being extra in some videos because I felt like that's who I needed to be. I think I am like a lot of things. I don't think that I'm one person. I think that I can be like a little spiritual hood rat, and and that's okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep on with these videos, and I just wanted to share that. I hope it's not chaotic and all over the place, because again, I'm just getting back into it. Look at me, it doing too much, needing that validation. Listen, I'm gonna meet myself where I'm at. All right, y'all. Love, peace, and hair grease.